Welcome back, people. It is episode 14 of season 5 of the Taxi Squad podcast. We're recording this on a Wednesday. You're going to be hearing this on a Thursday. Before you do anything, follow wherever gets your pods. If you are on YouTube, look at Mike's beautiful fotch and these glasses today. Rocking. All right. So we got some strange and unusual topics about basketball players fighting each other. We also have some baseball talk about torpedo bats. That's going to be just a hit. And then not only that, we have some White Sox baseball back at the helm. The Cubs right now are currently playing at a minor league ballpark, diving deeply into that. We have a scotch of hockey talk, a little bit of the review of the Final Four, and of course, a little Bears corner. It's the Taxi Squad podcast.
Come on, everybody, celebrate. The Taxi Squad is here today. So lose the blues, kick back and relax for now. They talk about sports and stupid stuff. They're probably wrong and it might get rough. So welcome back. It's the Taxi Squad. Yeah.
Vince!
Hey!
What's up, guy? How you doing?
Nothing much, dude. Nothing much. Got a little rainy day in the Chicago right now. I'm okay with it. I like it. I feel good. It's finally time to wear button-up shirts and Dago D's under it, and I like it. Really, I embrace my Italian when the spring summer comes around, I gotta tell you.
Yeah, it's like a cross between a grease ball and a lumberjack. You're just not too sure who you are, you know?
Exactly.
So
and then I walk around like I'm fucking Ryan Reynolds.
I mean, I don't know if you want to be Ryan Reynolds.
Not
allegedly, right Hollywood, not a good guy.
Yeah, not right now.
But then again, you are looking like a greasy lumberjack, so that's a fun thing.
They don't want me to chop you fucking wood. Oh.
Hey, somebody give me an axe.
Hey.
Who's got a saw?
I'm gonna hand shit this shit into firewood for years.
Anybody got a fucking saw around?
That's what I'm going for, honestly.
Ma, I'm cutting down the tree. I don't got time right now.
Hey, I got a new thing that I tell women when I'm trying to court them. When I talk about my gorgeous big boy body, I say that I'm going for the James Gandolfini body type.
I love it.
Because supposedly Tony Soprano is daddy. That's what I've been told.
Well, Tony Soprano, right now the summer look / vibe is that Tony Soprano kind of vibe, right?
Yeah, bowling shirt. You told me that the other day, right? Yeah. You told me I was looking unbelievable Italian.
Yeah, it is. And that's a good vibe to go for because Tony Soprano, you know, whether or not some of these women want to believe it, they prefer the bigger guy because it's like offensive lineman vibes, right? Where the protector, you're a little bit bigger. You're not trying to date a string bean.
Come on.
You can't date a string bean. You need a bigger dude.
Bean,
yeah, you can't do that, right? So you get yourself a little bit bigger guy. He's a protective guy. You know, that was the lore of Tony Soprano. He was a protector. He took care of you, you know, bought you flowers.
Problem is, though, is they see me as that. And then, you know, I'm like, let me tell you about like modern day R&B pop and Lord of the Rings. And they're like, fuck, I hitched my wagon to the wrong thing.
Listen, do you know I also sports gamble and operate a sports podcast? That's why I
don't really sports gamble though that much.
No, and when we do, we become depressed, so we shouldn't.
I like to think that we know too much at this point where it's bad for us.
You second guess yourself. I find, when I do bet on baseball, knock on wood, I actually do pretty good.
Okay.
Because I know the sport very well. So with that, football is a fickle beast.
Mm-hmm.
There are some weekends you crush. There's some weekends you do dick. You know? Yeah. But don't parlay.
Usually the latter.
Parlay. Yeah, don't parlay. Parlays are bad. But yeah, Vince, I agree. You know? And you're in your Tony Soprano era, as some people might call it.
Less murder, though. And by less, I mean no murder.
Less
That's what
murder.
I was thinking, too.
Hey, I didn't realize how many people from Chicago, primarily my older brother, want to come to the desert. So it was my brother's birthday last weekend. Happy birthday, Richard. And he was in town. And we went to take him, because he enjoys country bars, to Buffalo Chip, which is a country bar where they have bull riding.
Sounds like an Indian casino.
No, it's actually a bull riding bar. And
did you get on it?
No, you can actually pay.
You fucking liar. You are a liar. No, you are brutal,
you can pay. No, these are live bull rides.
Oh.
And if you choose, you can sign a waiver and ride a live bull.
Yeah, we talked about this. If other Richard hears this, he's going to be livid, by the way. Because we talked about this, and you should have got on the bull last time, and then you didn't. And this time, you also don't get on the bull. Get on the bull.
To our Richard.
Grow up, dude. Grow up.
Shout out, Richie.
Unbelievable.
Richard, I'm not getting on a real life bull. I'll get on the fake mechanical bull, which was a really good Kings of Leon album, but I am not getting on a real bull because I don't have a death wish.
That's fair. They can kick your
ass. I will do the mechanical bull. Will do said mechanical bull. But not the real one. Not the real one. Now, Buffalo Chip in particular is a big cowboy thing. You see a lot of cowboy hats. If you go there, you put on your cowboy hat.
Wow, West.
Morgan Wallen. Yeah. So my brother walks out after he gets ready for the night, and he's in cowboy boots. And I go, where the fuck are those? He's like, oh, dude, you don't like them? I'm like, what are you, the Chicago Cowboy? Where the fuck are you going with these?
We know where he grew up. We're not wearing cowboy boots where we grew up.
You grew up, like, where are we going? You work in Hillside. You're a funeral director. What are you doing with cowboy boots on?
Yeah.
He's like, it's my rip lore, Mike. And I'm like, oh, what?
We were herding sheep out in Algonquin for sure. The hell
he actually looked good in them. Shout out.
Probably.
He actually looked good in them. I can't wear them. But hey, shout out to Richard and his cowboy boots.
Hey, 100%. Do what you want. You're a grown man, but, remember where you're from. Sneakers.
So, Vince, speaking of sneakers.
Yeah.
Hardwood is a thing that basketball is played on.
Yeah. By the way, if you're watching this too, we got strobe Mike again for some reason, but we're just going to deal with it today.
I think it's my camera. Maybe it's time for a new one. It was Ultra last weekend. How you doing?
How you doing? Hey, how you doing?
My fucking arm falls off.
Yeah.
But once again, basketball is played on hardwood.
Yes.
Usually boxing is not played on hardwood.
Correct.
So when the two intersect, it's kind of exciting, don't you? Don't you think, Vince?
Something to be seen. It's like every time the Pistons get good, they get into a brawl.
Yeah. The bad boys were the Pistons, right?
Brawls. The early 2000s Pistons.
Late 80s, early 90s Pistons.
Malice at the Palace, though, early 2000s. And guess who's good again, Mike?
The Pistons.
The Pistons are good, and the Pistons get in a fight. And I would like to just show this right now on our screen of what happened, and then we can dissect it. So shall we? We shall. Here we go. If you're listening to this, I'm sorry. And
Reed turned the corner and is fouled by Holland.
Man, come on now.
Hey-o.
Oh.
Stevens.
Yeah.
Big time brawl now in the front row.
Go Bears.
It's going to take a lot to break this up.
You got to stay out of the crowd.
In the crowd.
This is not good.
Children.
This has been building on the last handful of possessions.
Getting chippy.
Dante. All right. So to break it down, if you're watching the YouTube, you just saw it. If you listened to it. Naz Reid goes up for a layup and gets pushed a little bit. And then the Italian stallion himself, Dante DiVincenzo, hops in, gets a push in, and then it's just on. This goes into the crowd in Minnesota. There's like kids around and shit, and they're like, oh shit. And DiVincenzo's just laying down, throwing hammers. Entire teams, both sides get into it. Everybody in a zip up, pulling people off of it. I love this. You need that type of energy at the end of the year in the NBA.
I love this as well, Vince. I am so happy to see basketball players actually get a set anymore.
Yeah.
Because the LeBron South Bitch era that has been basketball over the past, 8 to 10
He
years.
hasn't been in
Slowly-
Miami in 15
I know.
years.
That's fine. No, actually,
12.
2013, he was still on the Miami
12.
Heat because that's
12.
when you were doing and the Harlem Shake. That was in 2013. So
Okay.
about
enough.
10 years ago.
12. 12. That's closer to 12. Anyway, go on.
Fair. I digress. It's nice to see that there's some tough guys still around in the NBA.
Gobert actually getting in on it too. Good for him. I just like that. The entire staff.
Okay. Gobert, we can't call Rudy Gobert a tough guy.
No, definitely not. Definitely not. That's what I'm saying. I'm surprised that he was even in it because he's definitely not a tough guy.
I like guys leaning into the violence a little bit, right? And not pretending like they got hit in the head by a shovel. You saw what happened there. He started calling out this guy, and he was like, "Stop talking shit."
So
and one thing led to another. Hands.
I wasn't watching it live, but I guess they were getting chippy this whole time, and then this was the last thing. And then Dante's like, "Hey, don't fucking touch him." What ends up happening is 5 different suspensions at the end of that. So a constant in on-court skirmishes, if you will. Isaiah Stewart of the Pistons, he's a center, got a 2-game ban because of this. He's in seemingly a fight every single day. Marcus Sasser, also Ron Holland II, 1-game suspensions. Minnesota, Dante clearly gets a 1-game ban, and Naz Reid gets a 1-game ban. I just like Vincenzo walking up and being like, "Fuck you, we're getting in on this." This was obviously a couple days ago, but I need more of this. And NBA at the end of the season is pretty brutal. You kind of know what's going to go on. The East is kind of all set. The West is a little bit of the Wild West right now, but you kind of know what's going to go on the whole time. So I'll take this. I'll take this all day. And a couple suspensions, 2 games, whatever. Get done with it, move on. Both teams looking to be in the playoffs come, 2 weeks from now, 3 weeks from now? So I'll take it.
I would love to see like a la early 2000s Pistons with Rip Hamilton and Ben Wallace. And
Chauncey, Tayshaun Prince. Yeah.
It would be so cool to see them good again. And I feel like the city of Detroit would really wrap their arms around it. I mean, if
they
you think about Detroit
dude.
right now, Detroit might be the biggest comeback town for sports in like the past 10 years.
Every team.
The Lions. You got the Lions. Now you got the Tigers, who are seemingly en route to take the Central if they're not absolute ass. And then now you got the Pistons.
And guess who else is in the playoffs?
Who?
Maybe the Red Wings right now. They got a winning record. So every team in Detroit seems to be winning right now. Got to take it.
Well, is Patrick Kane still on the Red Wings?
I believe he is, yes.
Yeah.
Sad to see him over there, but whatever.
It is. It's kind of really sad. It's like when Marian Hossa, for at least
came
Detroit
to the
fans.
Blackhawks. Yeah.
Yeah, because Detroit was really good for a long time with like Pavel Datsyuk and Marian Hossa, and those early teams in the early 2000s, mid 2000s were very, very strong.
Then he comes to the Blackhawks and just wins, which had to suck too. He was just winning with us.
He really does win. And hey, we went through our lore. But I love basketball when people are mad at each other and they fight a la Alonzo
and they're
Mourning,
playing hard.
Late 90s. Yeah. I like playoff basketball. It's the best basketball. And speaking of playoff basketball.
Oh, yeah. We got it right now.
We do have it actually going on in a different form in the college's lens and landscape, which we are just about to talk to. Before we do that, no matter what you are getting this on, be sure you follow, like, and subscribe.
Please.
And potentially share with a friend.
Please.
All right, back to our normal set of broadcasting. So, Vince, you were elite in your picks this past week.
That's what elite. I was telling you, dude.
Elite. Mike chose to go against the grain. But the grain was not meant to be gone against.
This has been said by every single person all over the place. This is the most chalk NCAA champion or NCAA bracket that we've had since like 2011, 2010, 2008.
I think it was 2008. Every 1 seed made it.
That was 8, yeah. But I think 2009 it was like 1-1-2-2, and then 2012 or 11 or something like that was like 1-1-1-4 or something, where it was just all the ones won. This We're getting it from everywhere. You get Stephen A. Smith. He starts watching college basketball for 2 minutes, and then he's like, we got a problem with NIL. The transfer portal's an issue. All this is brutal. That's why we're not getting any Cinderellas, all that shit. You see a graphic on Twitter, and it's like the teams that all these guys were on before they were on the top 4 teams. It's like, yeah, like all of that sucks. What I will say is watching basketball over the weekend, this weekend, and the last couple days, it wasn't necessarily the best matchups ever. Like Duke took a shellacking to Alabama. Auburn, Michigan State was a decent kind of okay game. Like, whatever happened to Tennessee, whatever the hell happened to them, they just get to the Elite Eight.
Should
and then
be
they
studied.
Yeah,
Should just be
end up
studied.
sucking. And then Texas Tech put a good game to Florida right now, but, it is what it is. What I do like of this is that, so on Friday, so obviously we've had a full week, so we're already a couple past what we talked about, but Purdue-Houston was a fun game. It was a 2-point game going to the end and ended up just closing it out. Like, a couple of them were pretty decent, but I think we're in line for some good games moving forward here in these last, 3 matchups that we get to watch? Like, we are watching the best of the best. We're watching the best of the best now.
It is the games that you love to watch. And these are the games that decide the entire tournament. So let's kind of backtrack.
I will say, too, one thing about Cinderella teams is they're really fun until you get to the Final Four, and then you have, Duke versus Oakland, or, Duke versus VCU, and then it's, a 30-point win by Duke, and you're like, oh, Jesus, that sucked.
I really feel like that's kind of what happened to, your Arizonas and your Texas Tech. Texas Tech ranked 3rd, Arizona ranked 4th, had Arizona going to the show. Didn't happen.
You wanted
Duke,
them to,
I was unclear on Cooper Flag. I was unclear on Cooper Flag going in the tournament, and I was like, now if Cooper Flag's round,
dude,
fully healthy,
they are the best team.
He's owning it. They're going to win.
They can't lose. They're going to win everything. There's no beating win it all. Them. There's no beating them.
No. If you chose Duke in your bracket, good for you. Now, what should be studied, though, is the fall of Arkansas in this game on Thursday night.
That was sad.
Because
that was really sad.
You were up by, almost 10 points going into the end of the 4th, and they just gave it away and lost by 2. It was horrible.
We were texting each other as it was going on, and I was like, this is insane. And I wanted Calipari to go far, and I wanted Kentucky to beat Tennessee, and I wanted that matchup to happen. There was no way it was going to. But, as it was going, I'm like, dude, shut up. Come on, get it together. And then Texas Tech, just every single thing was going their way over and over again. Close game at the end. Arkansas finally started making shots again, and then it was OT, and then it was all right. Texas Tech has all the momentum now. There's no way Arkansas is going to come back from this. And then it still ended in a 2-point game, but I really wanted Arkansas to win that. I really did. But it was a fun comeback story, and then just for them to go and play Florida and get shellacked like that, it was just all right. 5-point game, but it really wasn't a 5-point game.
Florida's very good. And I just think it's kind of crazy how many SEC teams. I mean, basically, this is the SEC Bowl of basketball games. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, Auburn,
Florida and Auburn.
Florida. Yeah.
This is the SEC Bowl of basketball games. So 100%. 2 SEC teams, 1 Big 12 team, and Duke.
This is the Cam Newton matchup, as I call it.
The Cam Newton matchup. Okay, speaking of the Cam Newton matchup, Vince, what's your prediction? We got Saturday, big game Saturday ahead of us. 3:09 p.m. for me. It's going to be closer to 5:09 for you, and then you got a primetime game.
It's going to be almost exactly at 5:09 p.m. for me.
yes, exactly at 3:09.
Which it'll probably start at 5:15 or whatever after they get through all the pageantry and all that shit.
So we got Florida Auburn.
Yeah.
Right? And where is this game being played? Where are they playing this one?
I don't know. I don't know where it is. Let me see. I'll figure that out. It's got to be somewhere.
It's got to be somewhere fun.
I know they play it different spots based on the what part?
The Alamo Dome.
San Antonio.
The Alamo Dome.
San Antonio.
Yeah. San Antonio. I've been once. A lot of homeless. A lot of
big women, according to Charles Barkley.
Really?
You never heard that?
No, they're both
You ever
playing
se-
at the
you never
Alamo
s-
Dome.
You've never seen the Charles Barkley clip where he's like, San Antonio, lots of big women. Some big ladies down there. And then people got mad at him and he was like, I'm sorry to everybody in San Antonio because your women are so huge. He just wouldn't put it down. He's just talking shit to San Antonio women the whole time.
I mean, Charles Barkley has some gems. When a guy's when a guy's banging you, yo,
He's like,
pause.
what? He's like, he keeps banging you and banging you.
And banging you and banging you and banging you.
This is like who's a better team in the matchup? Probably Auburn, like on paper. Who's been hotter at the end of the year? Florida, for sure. Auburn kind of was bad the last like 3-4 games of the season. Where it was like they were number one all year. Some people are saying they were better than Duke. I never really believed it, but their defense was just shit at the end of the year. And then they come into the tournament and they're just beating everybody up. Defense is good. They got Bruce Pearl, and Bruce Pearl's the fucking man, honestly. Just a big, sweaty, Italian-looking dude just yelling at everybody. The thing is, too, is like Florida can score, but Auburn can play D. So this is kind of exactly what you want to do. I think this is going to be a 2-point game either way. I think this is going to be closer than the other game.
Wow.
I'd probably pick Auburn just because they've been better all year, even though they're not the hottest right now. Hotter than Florida, I'll take Auburn on this.
So it'd be like Auburn's first trip to the championship
They
round
haven't
in
been
basketball.
good since Chuck.
Like, yeah. So
Name one other
That's
Auburn
cool.
basketball player besides Charles Barkley.
Oh, I have no idea.
Me either.
Truly, I have no
Yeah,
I wouldn't know where to start. Florida, I have a better idea.
Yeah, 100%. Al Horford, duh. That's the first guy you're going to pick out.
Al Horford, Joakim Noah, duh.
Yeah.
So I want to roll with you, but then again, Florida's so good.
They are good.
And they're very fast.
Yeah. They beat Auburn at the beginning of the year.
And that's what I'm saying. I know
Alabama.
they played earlier in the year. And overall, I feel like it's, to your point, going to be a 2-point game no matter what way you slice it.
Yeah.
Give me the Gators.
Can I make one argument to this, though?
Sure.
They were down 10, 9, something like that to Texas Tech. Came back with like the last 3 minutes of the game. I don't think if they're down 10 to Auburn with the last 3 minutes of the game, I think they got a much better defense in Auburn where they could stop that comeback from happening. So you gotta come fast. You gotta. Oh, it is for sure. I'm just saying you gotta come fast and hard. Just like Chuck would say.
You gotta come fast and hard, and you gotta be ready for a guy banging you.
Yeah, banging you in the block. Yeah,
banging you in the block. You gotta be ready for that.
Yeah. Yeah. Ended the game on an 18-4 run to advance to the Final Four. So they beat Texas Tech in the last 3 minutes, 18-4.
I feel like with how many days they got a full week of rest, enough to game plan. I feel like they have a good idea what they need to do, and I feel like they'll execute. So
I can see it going either way, but yeah, okay, we'll be split on that. I like that.
Yeah, I like that a lot. And now this next game is just kind of just like, yeah, we know who's
Duke's going to win. Duke is just going to win, man.
Duke's really good at basketball. They're very good at basketball. Like,
it's like you have Cooper Flagg, obviously. Like, he's the king. But then you got the Knipple, the other guy, like the other white dude on their team.
What'd you call me? Knipple?
His name is Knipple. Yeah, it's hilarious. It's a great name. Their whole team is young. That's what you can kind of go against them on. But so Con Knipple, K-N-U-E-P-P-E-L. Con Knipple is how you say. And then Common Maluach. Don't know how to say any of that shit.
Common Machuch.
They got two older guys they play. They got a 5th-year guy from Tulane, and the rest of their team seems to be like 18-year-olds. So the argument you can make is Houston has been battle-tested, and they've lost early. They're older than Duke. You could make an argument that maybe experience does something to this, but it's hard to say experience does something to this when everybody on Duke seems to be fucking incredible, and and John Shire has the magic, dude. I don't even dislike them. I like them this year, which is weird.
You want to know who's incredible?
Who?
Cooper Flagg. Season leaders in points. Guess who?
Cooper Flagg.
Cooper Flagg.
Yeah.
Season leader in rebounds. Guess who?
Cooper Flagg.
Cooper Flag. Season
He
leader in
leads the league.
assists.
He leads the league in rebounds.
No, leads the team.
Oh, team. Okay, got it.
Team
Got it.
in every major category: assists, rebounds, and points.
Yep.
Cooper
That
Flag.
tracks.
I can't pick against Cooper Flag,
Impossible.
and you can't. Right now, Houston's 2-1 odds. If you got a goose hair in your ass,
Yeah.
you just want to run with a
This is what I'm
heavy
saying.
under.
The only way you could do that if they just start going man versus boy basketball, and they're like, "You're too young. I'm going to beat your ass." But I don't think you can because everybody on that team can just make shots. And their second best player would be like the JJ Redick prototype for Duke usually, but then they also got white LeBron James on their team, which is just unfair, dude.
He's like the only college player that got an invite to the Olympics.
Yeah,
He's from Maine.
I know. No one even
all
recruited him
places.
early until Duke did, and then they're like, "Wait, this guy might be good."
This kid's like
He's really
modern day
good.
Larry Bird.
He's
It's
the minute it goes to
bananas.
the draft, number 1 overall pick, no thoughts. That's
Who
all that
do you
is.
think's gonna get him? Is the next question like what, Atlanta or
No,
like?
Washington.
Oh God.
He's gonna take the John Wall train and then eventually maybe go to the Celtics. I saw a whole Bill Simmons thing about how his mom's a massive Celtics fan, and like the minute his rookie contract goes out, he's just immediately gonna go to the Celtics. Like, shut up. He's gonna go to the Celtics, he's gonna go to the Jazz, he's gonna go to the Hornets, just like teams that just suck. And it's
Well,
gonna be
Celtics
sad to
don't
see it. No, he's not
Yeah,
going to the Celtics. My thing is, he's not going to the Celtics until after his rookie contract. His best case scenario is maybe going to Philly because the 76ers have been horseshit this year. But that's still a dumpster fire over there, too.
Maybe
So,
there's a 1% chance, Vince, that the Bulls,
no,
because we love our Bulls,
no,
could happen. It could happen.
no. It's just
No.
the Bulls are. We'll get into it, but the Bulls are going to a play-in again for the 19th millionth fucking year in a row. Just playing Bulls all the time.
All right. Well, it's going to be interesting.
I'd like it, but
So with that, so if we pick this correctly, Duke and for Mike, Florida, and for Vince,
Yeah.
Auburn
Yeah.
will be in the championship game, which will be played that Monday,
yep,
hypothetically.
yep.
What are your thoughts? on
Duke's
that
going to win
game?
the whole thing.
Duke's
And they'll
just winning
probably
the
beat them by like 10 to 15 points. They're better than everybody.
All right, and I'm running with that thought process as
Yeah,
well.
they're just better than everybody. There's no like argument there. Like front to back, top to bottom, like their whole team's going to be different next year because they're going to have 4 or 5 guys, maybe 5 guys, probably 3 or 4 guys go in the first round this year, and they're all 18.
Might as well. It's like the modern version of Bama or Georgia in the NFL
in football.
draft.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just it's the Duke teams from the early 2000s. It's the Grant Hill Duke teams. Like, you know what Ken Palm is?
No.
It's like the way that they essentially like rank teams in college basketball. It's like
Okay.
efficiency ratings and all that shit. They put it all together and they rank them all. This Duke team is like top 3 all time.
Wow.
They're just better than everybody. It's just
I don't
that
know
good.
what we were thinking. Why'd we get cute with our brackets? You know,
'Cause we
you
like-
ask
we
yourself
like-
this parody.
Yeah, and we also like Rick Pitino at St. John's doing something fun. That's what we really liked.
We really bought in heavy to the Patino train.
And the late years Krzyzewski teams that couldn't finish the way that you expected them to, like the Zion teams and shit like that. You're like, they're young. But I just think we didn't consider how good Duke really is, dude. Like if they lose, I will be flabbergasted.
It would be the upsets of upsets.
100%.
Like if Houston wins on Saturday, I don't feel as if any of us are going to be able to talk much about
That'll
that
be
game.
exciting. I'll be excited. I'll be happy for them since they got blown out last year going into the tournament,
Yeah.
even though everybody expected them to be good. But I don't see a world where that's possible. I just don't see it.
Yeah, me either. Okay. Well, we have our picks in. There you have
Yeah.
it. Regardless if they're playing Auburn or Florida,
Duke
it's
wins.
going to be Duke.
Yeah.
Okay. You have a hockey fact.
Hockey, dude. Hockey.
Oh, hockey talk.
We're going to talk a little hockey right now, dude. And everybody's having fun. There's rippers on skates right now, slipping goals in there, assists, all that shit, dude. The NBA ends soon. NHL is same calendar as them. We don't know a lot about hockey. How you done? We don't talk a lot about it most of the time, but we do have history. in the making right now. Alexander Ovechkin, often considered the second best in the league after Sidney for years and years and years. We know that he won one. You look at a picture of him now, he looks like an old man, elder statesman, old, gray as can be.
Great fella.
Kind of like you a little bit, but he's also got 10 years on you almost now. So
I was about to say, that guy's far older than me.
for sure, just, grays. 891 goals. So he's 4 away from Wayne Gretzky, all-time goal scorer. He's going to get it. We're at a point now, it's like what we got. You get two weeks left in the NHL season?
Yeah, before playoffs. Sorry, that's
We're like 2 weeks away right now. So everything's kind of like playing itself out. No one expected the Capitals to even have a chance to be good this year, and they are 48-17. So they're going to the playoffs this year for sure. They're leading their division right now. They're considerably good. But everybody was just watching to see the Capitals or Ovechkin get the win. I have a question for you. So Wayne Gretzky's going to every game that Ovechkin plays because he wants to be there when his record gets broken. Gretzky's a man.
Cool fact.
He wants to. He's excited about that. He's not like who was it when Kareem was like, I don't know if I want LeBron to take the points and all that shit. Like Gretzky's like, good, this is good. Like, get over yourself.
Somebody's potentially better than me. Yeah, you sure.
They said that they're going to, similar to LeBron, how they did it, they're going to stop the game when that goal goes in for him to take it and essentially do the ceremony mid-game. Like he's gonna announce to these like, thank you everybody, blah blah blah, like stop it and then resume the game at the end.
What if you're not at home? I don't
think it matters.
Yeah,
this is an NHL thing. It's not even like a.
What if you're playing in Canada? Right?
I mean, I don't think he cares about the U.S. to be honest.
Well,
he's from Russia. He's Russian.
I know he's from Russia, but it would be cooler if you do it at home.
Yeah.
Like Barry Bonds, for example. I don't know if you know this. Barry Bonds, for example, when he was on the hunt for 700.
Yeah.
Okay. He purposely on that road series didn't hit one home run.
In Toronto?
Waited till he got. No. It was like a road series where they were in Houston and then they had to go to Florida and then they had to come back to San Francisco.
Yeah.
He basically told AJ Pierzynski that I'm not going to hit one home run on this road trip because I want to break the record.
I get that, but then also like he had a couple
AJ
years.
Pierzynski said basically he was just hitting doubles, just lasers in every gap.
Well, every time he talks about hitting, you're like, oh, Barry Bonds is just on a different level. It's the way that Tony Gwynn would talk about it. You'd be like, oh, he knew it was coming. He could just do it all the time. I feel like this is a little harder though because he doesn't like Ovechkin. Maybe has another year. Possibly.
I feel like hockey's such an interesting thing because if you're a part of a team for that long, which is almost 20 years now, 18 years, that they're not going to get rid of you until it's time to get rid of you. And
100%. But I'm saying like
playing coach.
Yeah, Chris Chelios situation being like 45 and playing for the Blackhawks.
Yeah, Chris Chelios played till he was like 50.
Which I guess Ovechkin could do too, but he's got a lot of tread on those skates these days. However you would say that, he needs to sharpen those.
His job is he's not playing your first line; he's playing in your fourth line.
Yeah,
right. So
he's probably playing
more of a role player.
Yeah, he's probably playing first right now, just so they can get him on the ice as much as possible. But
yeah, he's still effective. Granted, he's a shell of himself. But
I liken it more to like if you're trying to win a championship and you're on the road and you're like, well, if we can win the game, we're going to win it, and we're going to win on the road. Like it's kind of like if you can get the puck into the net, you're scoring it wherever you want. Wherever you
can get OV a one-timer any chance you can. Probably they're going to do it. So
empty net goal, garbage time,
net goal, whatever. If they can do it, I think he'll break the record by the end of the season. We got 2 weeks left. 4 goals.
4 goals in 2 weeks. He can do it.
Totally. I think it's more than possible, and it just depends on their schedule.
He goes and wins the championship this year too. Like, is he better than Sid? He's got to be better than Sid the Kid.
Well, it's like time on the pond, and Sid will probably play another 4 to 5 if he's lucky.
Yeah, because he's old too now.
Yeah, Sid is old. Now you got to hope Bedard takes the crown. At that stage of the game, you know what's still amazing? Talk about guys who are still playing hockey. I got caught up watching the Kings and Sharks late night the other night.
Nice.
And Anze Kopitar is still playing hockey.
Mm-hmm. There's a couple guys where you're like, how old are you, bro?
I was playing with Kopitar on, NHL 2010.
Yeah.
That's 15 years ago.
I don't know.
Anze Kopitar, one of the best centers, 37 years old, been in the league now for like 18 years as well.
Yeah, he's just flying around. Hopefully he'll die on the ice, honestly, but yeah.
Drew Doughty is another one. So these guys that's how I know I'm getting old. When like the guys that when I actually paid attention to hockey were young.
In their prime or like 23.
Dion Phaneuf, still one of the best defensemen to ever play the game.
Yeah.
I don't care. One of the best enforcers to ever play the game.
Bring back Duncan Keith. I want him.
Bring back Duncan Keith. I want him. All right. Let's talk about some bats. Shall we?
Let's talk about some baseball.
Freaking bats.
Some torpedoes.
Freaking bats. So, Vince, we discussed this weeks ago.
Yeah.
Where it was coming out of spring training that everybody was kind of interested as to the bat Cody Bellinger was using in spring training in Florida.
Oh, yeah. What is
this?
It
was shaped like a torpedo. It's like, did you see Cody Bellinger's bat? And I was like, is that considered legal? Well, due to MLB guidelines, it is legal.
Did you read the guidelines?
I didn't get into specifics, but do you?
I read them.
And what are those guidelines reading, Vince?
There's only like 4 rules. There's not a lot of rules with bats. It's like maximum weight, maximum length.
Okay.
And then like divot. So like the divot at the top can't be too deep. And then you can't have anything in it.
No, you can't cork it.
It's got to be natural wood. They can't have like different adhesive on the outside that would like affect the way that the wood hits it. Other than that, it's fair game. So it doesn't matter where the wood is on your bat.
I'm assuming there needs to be a width of barrel as well. You can't be out there.
That's what I'm saying. Like maximum height and width.
Okay, got it.
But where the wood is, like you could technically use the bat upside down if you wanted to. It wouldn't work out great. But like all of that is technically legal. So like, yeah, this isn't illegal. And also, and we're going to get into this, but like, why wouldn't you want that advantage if you can get it?
I would say take any advantage you can get as long as everybody can use it.
It's legal. Fucking trash cans, fuck you. But this, I'm fine with it.
Trash cans cheating, knowing what pitches are coming, absolutely cheating.
Yeah.
Using a bat that maybe gives you a slightly bigger sweet spot.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Now,
I think Justin Turner talked about it, and he was like, you still got to hit the ball. Like, you still got to hit it.
You still have to hit the ball.
Yeah.
Is right. And any advantage you can get in doing so, considering it's probably the most difficult thing to do in sports, period.
Yep.
We've discussed this plenty of times on this podcast. We probably have agreed like the hardest thing to do in sports is probably hit a home run.
100%.
Now, I would say that looking at it, it would be a situation where this should just be allowed for everybody. It's like why I believe why pitchers should have a universal substance they can use.
Yeah.
That's what Al Leiter said basically
during
about
this
the
spider tack thing.
Tack thing that these guys were using to get more rotation. He's like just universalize a substance that these guys can all use. You put it on the mound and you're done.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's the thing is too, is like, there's only so many bat manufacturers that they use in the MLB. All of them submit it to the MLB previous. So all of this, like, the Yankees are getting away with shit. It's like, no, they're not. They submitted it to the league and the league approved it. And like, don't get me wrong. Anything that the Yankees do, I want to hate on it, but I can't hate on them like doing something that's strategically an advantage. And now people are mad too that they hit, what did you put in there? 18 home runs in the first 5 games?
18 home runs in the first 5,
They're
6
at
games.
Yankee
That could be more by tomorrow because they play tonight.
They played all of their games at Yankee Stadium so far, and they're playing in a little league ballpark. Yeah, dude, duh.
Yeah.
Go to Camden Yards.
You pull the ball at Yankee Stadium, chances are the ball is going out. And that just be like, it's a high pop-up, it's gone.
Yeah.
Now, what's more fascinating about this entire thought process is the level of analytics the White Sox couldn't even fathom.
Yeah, I know.
They hired an MIT graduate to study the circumference and sweet spot of the baseball bat due to the fact that Anthony Volpe was getting jammed too much.
Yeah.
So they decided, what type of bat could we design specifically for the Junior Volpe over here, which is also the name of salami. I'd like to point that out.
Okay.
Now,
fucking so Italian. It's unbelievable.
He gets this bat, and he now he's second behind Aaron Judge in home runs.
Yeah,
and
early in the season, but yeah.
I mean, granted, it's still impressive. Now, one could also say, and this is the Dave Portnoy argument, that you're not that great of a hitter if you can't get around on the ball in time, and that's why you're getting jammed.
Yeah.
Which I do also understand.
Okay, but
still a wonderful hitter, and you can get around on the ball, and you got a bigger sweet spot. That's beautiful.
Yeah. Well, yeah, just change where the sweet spot is if you can't get around it. Like, I get what he's saying. I get what he's saying, but everybody's allowed to use it. Everybody's allowed to use it. If you're so angry about it, then you use it and do it better than them. Like, that's the thing. It's like getting mad that someone has a bigger glove and you're like, well, is it in the rules? It's like, yeah, well then, okay, be within the rules.
So you don't believe they should ban the torpedo barrel bat?
I don't think we know enough yet. And also, you want to know what's always been an advantage for the last 5 years?
What's that?
Pitching. Hitting has been so much worse for years. If we could find something that makes hitting better, yeah, dude, give me all of it.
I was just about to say, Vince, that we've been waiting for some advantage in the hitting department for probably 20 years in baseball, because I don't care who you are. The more home runs, the more runs scored, the more offense that is provided in any given baseball game, the more exciting and fun that game is to watch.
Call me a dingus, but I want to see ball go far. I would love that.
I want to see ball go far. I want to see ball hit hard.
Yeah.
Okay. I like that. That's fun to me. I grew up with that. I grew up with Jason Giambi, whose head was the size of a fucking whose head was the size of a fucking watermelon, hitting absolute piss missiles all over the field. Brett Boone, okay? Little ass Brett Boone, who looked like Lou Ferrigno's poo, was out there just hitting ropes.
String bean rockets,
Yeah, he was an absolute
Biggio too.
Little guy. Craig Biggio, not on the steroid era.
No, for sure, but slapping balls around.
Aaron Boone's little brother played for Seattle on the same team with Ichiro and Ken Griffey Jr. And he had this very awkward batting stance.
Oh,
but he was jacked. And you were like, okay, no, he was here.
Oh, what was that? Who was the above the head? Oh, that was Biggio. Hold on.
No, that was Craig Counsell.
Oh, it was Craig Counsell. You're right.
Best manager in baseball, by the way.
Yeah,
that's
right.
facetious.
Highest paid.
Yeah, you guys should have definitely spent all the money for him and totally got rid of just the homer.
Oh, his wasn't that weird. He just held his
it was a little weird
here.
Exactly. He was all here and he had this weird twitch, but he was yoked and he was 5'2", and you love to watch this guy hit. So bring back the steroids. What if steroids are legal? Everybody should be allowed to take the juice now.
Isn't somebody doing that? Isn't that somebody doing that? Like making a baseball league where steroids are legal, or an Olympics where steroids are legal, or something like that?
I think in Mexico.
Yeah. I just,
track Mexico.
When is the last time bat science has really gone crazy that isn't aluminum? Like, aluminum bats have always been the front of what they've done, but no one's changed bats in years. It was like batting stance types, all that shit.
In 1989, the MLB did a minor example with aluminum bats for half a season, and they were like, yeah, no, these balls are going way too far.
Dude, yeah, it's unbelievable if it was aluminum. It's literally a hazard for the fans more than anything. Like, people are going to get murdered with these balls. They're going
That's
100
mile an hour ball coming directly for your forehead. Yeah, I don't think so.
You can't do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I like the torpedo bat. I think everybody should start using them. And then if it's an equal playing field, then whatever. It's like shoe technology in the NBA. If you have better shoes, you don't get mad about somebody wearing better shoes. It's just equipment.
It's equipment and baseball in particular. If you're using these bats, everybody gets the opportunity to use these freaking bats.
It's not like the Yankees own the bat. It's not like they have them trademarked and only the Yankees can use them. Everybody can use them.
Everybody can use the bat, so go try and use the bat, and maybe it works for you. And
maybe
this is the new standard of bats. Maybe this is the new standard of freaking bats.
Could be.
All right. Now, we talked about the very cool and very interesting, right? So the semi-strange and unusual. Yankees lead the MLB, by the way, with 18 home runs. Pretty fascinating. Now, you want to know the exact opposite of what's absolutely like the most major league movie interpretation of a baseball team next to the White Sox?
Oakland?
They're not Oakland anymore, by the way.
Oh, correct. True.
They are not. They have zero reflection of where they're playing.
They took off the whole city name and the rest of their actual name and just stuck to the A's is what their names are.
They are the A's. There is zero representation of the city they play in.
Yep.
Which technically right now they're playing at Sutter Health Park, which is a minor league ballpark that holds 12,000 people.
That's
and when
crazy.
we talked about this in the offseason, we didn't think it was going to be like, I don't know. Part of me thought like,
seemed impossible.
Televised games, is it real?
Seemed impossible.
No, it's real. And they're televising these games. And it's hilarious because it's like you're watching minor league baseball, but then here walks up Pete Crow Armstrong. So out of morbid curiosity, I decided to put on this game the other night. By the way, Kyle Tucker has like 4 home runs.
He's playing. He's a beast right now. This is what it looks like for people wanting to see at home.
It looks like truly a minor league ballpark or where you play spring training.
Right.
And the A's are a dumpster fire. I feel like, how are you going to...
They signed some guys this year.
I'm sorry. I don't care how much money you're going to pay me. Be like, hey, you got to live in Sacramento, which is Northern California, which I don't know if many people want to live in. And you got to play in a really small venue.
Yeah.
And if you want to go to the potty, there's no clubhouse. You have to. Do you realize, Vince, if you want to take a shit mid-game, you have to run to the bullpen where the clubhouse is.
Yeah.
Like, that's not a professional ballpark.
No, Mike, they literally set up like a removable tent to do post-game interviews. They don't have a place to do post-game interviews. Like they literally are just like, yeah, it's not like a tent, you know, like those metal like foldable like buildings that you can make. Yeah, like the shack you can put on. Yeah, they're doing interviews in sheds in a shack. It's wild.
Kids, can you get off the shed? That's the A's shed.
Yeah.
Now
you're standing on the press box.
What's so interesting is how much so they are putting the proverbial cart before the horse.
Oh yeah.
Because if you pay attention to the logos on their sleeve, it says Las Vegas on them.
Oh yeah.
So technically, they want to be the Las Vegas A's, but I guess they're kind of sponsored by Las Vegas.
Kind of by Sacramento.
Kind of by Sacramento. The stadium doesn't even have final approval yet in Las Vegas. They're still fighting it.
No one wants it. Dude, Vegas doesn't want it. They don't want it.
I don't think of Las Vegas. I don't think of Las Vegas as a town
baseball
where you want to watch baseball.
No.
Hockey makes sense. Okay. Even basketball makes sense. Football even more so than anything.
Yeah, well, they have like, you know, tournaments there and like college tournaments there for basketball, but like what are we doing playing baseball in the middle of like Vegas when it's hot as shit?
I mean, Utah would probably be a better market for baseball than anywhere. Because those Mormons are bored as it is and they can't drink, so they'll go watch any sport they can.
That's true, but then they don't get beer vendor money, so that's a whole other issue. They also like still call them the Athletics on Google. They still call them the Athletics on MLB.com, but like they announced that they're not the Athletics anymore. So I don't know like what is A's supposed to even stand for?
The Athletics?
Yeah, but they're just the A's.
What if they're the assholes?
It feels like it. But like they
The
went out and
assholes
spent
in their
money. They
logos
went out and
just
got
like
like
a bull.
Severino. They signed a couple guys this year. Like they're like, we want to be a good team, and they're playing at Sutter Health. Like it's so dumb, dude. I feel bad for Oakland. I really do. It's so dumb.
What if the A stands for asshole, and then basically their logo is just a really big balloon knot?
That would actually be funny. Oh, that was the strange and unusual that we missed. Do you see that?
What's that?
That minor league team's new logo?
No.
Oh boy, hold on.
Well, it has to pertain to baseball, so here's strange and unusual all over it.
Yeah, no.
Does it have to do with balloon knots and assholes?
It's like a woman's like above her asshole. It kind of looks like it. Hold on, I gotta. Oh, there
What
it
are
is.
they?
There it is. The Chesapeake Oyster Catchers, minor league baseball team. 3, 2, 1. That's their logo. For the people at home.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's a baseball glove with an oyster in it, and the pearl is a baseball. The baseball glove, the oyster's sitting in the pocket. Here, I'm just gonna open the whole image and zoom in that way because there's no
zoom in.
It's
zoom into this beauty.
Chesapeake Oyster Catchers.
Man. Yes.
I'm going to try to explain this in the nicest way possible, but it's a baseball glove and the oyster's inside of it. So the baseball glove would count as the outside of this woman's anatomy, and then the inside would be the inside of the woman's anatomy, and then inside the oyster, there's a baseball at the top of it where the most sensitive part of the woman's anatomy generally is, which brings it all together to look like a vagina. You know what I'm saying?
Welcome to the Taxi Squad Anatomy Podcast, where we go over baseball logos and try and relate them to specific genitalia.
I knew I was forgetting something. This is they knew what they were doing when they made this logo.
They totally knew.
What are we doing?
Come on. Chances are it's like the Uncle Rico of this team, and he was just drawing up a logo, and he's like, I got it.
As far as press is concerned, though, this is like the best. I would never know about the Chesapeake Bay oysters.
You would never know about the Chesapeake. Yeah, the oyster. It would be even better if their name was the Oyster Shuckers, because technically you do have to shuck an oyster.
You're right, but
you an oyster guy? Do you like an oyster?
Oh, I love them. Yeah.
You know, oysters are so interesting because you do know that they're still alive when you eat them.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And they're not. They don't have a brain, but it's so interesting that you have to add so many things to said oyster in order to make it delicious.
You got to do the same with everything, though.
Not really.
Yeah.
How?
The only thing don't put that much on is like steak. But like seasoning and fucking lemon juice, like you do that on everything. You eat pasta by itself and it's like meh. And then you put some shit on it, you're like, yum.
That's true. So you're a dip guy. So, okay. So how do you prepare your oyster now?
Oh, I like my oysters very simply.
Are you a mignonette guy, a meunier guy?
I don't even know what that means technically.
That's the vinegar with the onions in it. That's what I
I'll eat it like that. I'll eat it with like some fresh citrus, some nice squeezed lemon juice over it, and you just pop them in. I'm not like an Oysters Rockefeller guy. There's too much going on. Don't need that.
Oysters Rockefeller is actually quite delicious if you have it at the right spot. Sometimes places do it a little too much.
Mike's getting me again, dude.
Going
crazy, dude.
Oysters, natural aphrodisiacs. So do you think the Oyster Shucker team here, where are they out of? Rhode Island?
Chesapeake Bay, wherever that is.
Chesapeake Bay. Okay. So you think the Chesapeake Bay Oyster Shuckers like serve oysters at the game themselves? Like, do you think that there's a vendor like walking around like, get your oysters here?
They could. They really could.
Right?
I mean, the minor league teams do shit like that often.
They do. Hey,
like why, you got to do something to get people to come, you know?
I agree. No pun intended. You gotta work that baseball.
You gotta work the baseball on the logo. It's
All right,
so I guess it's the Chesapeake Bay Sox usually, but this is their alternate. You know how they do like alternates, like the taco ones and like all that stuff. Yeah, this is the alternate for Chesapeake Bay Sox.
It is so fantastic. I love every second of it. Okay, that is a clip. All right, now, Vince.
Yeah,
I have a question for you.
I hopefully have an answer for you, Mike.
Are the White Sox good? Are they Are they good?
How do we constitute good?
Are they better? Are they good? Are they kind of good?
Considerably. They're definitely better.
Are they good?
It's early in the season again. Strobe Mike going crazy. It's early in the season, so I can't say they're good in terms of being like a 500 ball club.
We're good.
But they're already better than they were last year.
Yeah.
I've kind of enjoyed watching them. I went to newly renamed Rate Field. No longer guaranteed Rate Field. Rate Field is much better than guaranteed Rate Field. I will give them that.
Yeah, the arrow still points down though, which is very ironic.
It is what it is at this point. You got to take what you can get.
You got to take it with the bad. I get it, but still.
The White Sox went 28 consecutive innings with their starters without allowing an earned run. So their pitching actually looks a lot better. I like these unnamed fellas that we don't really know.
I have no idea who they are.
I only know Davis Martin, and he shoved the other day. So, I mean, it is fun. They're not giving up crazy amounts of runs. They had a game where like 5 guys hit a home run. Felt like the Yankees a little bit. Nick Maton, whatever, number 0, like you said.
Absolute raking.
2 home runs. He was on the Orioles last year and Detroit before then.
Love to see it.
Yeah, they're not going to be good. They're not even close to a playoff team. They're probably going to come in last in the Central. But again, we are comparing this to literally the worst team to ever play baseball. They're better than that.
I understand what we're comparing it to.
Yeah.
And I do understand where you're coming from. But it's difficult not to get a little excited when you see your White Sox, putting some runs up. And then the pitching and the defense actually looks sound. And they actually have a kind of young team that you want to get behind. And
we don't have Eloy.
We
We don't have Moncada. We don't have guys where you're like, this didn't work out. The only guy that's kind of like, this didn't work out, but he's still playing is Andrew Vaughn.
Andrew Vaughn, I mean, he still hit a home run last night, which you love to see. Granted, we lost 8-3. So you don't love that.
Yeah.
Right now, the entire division's up for grabs because every team in the AL Central is 2-4. Every team.
Yeah, luckily there's 157 more games to play, Mike.
There's 150. I hate to say this. I could see us potentially, not saying we're going to win the division. That's just absolutely stupid.
Clip it.
We could go on a streak. We could go on like a 10-game heater.
Sure.
I could see it happening at some point.
I thought you were about to say sneak into the wild card, and I was going to freak out.
God, no. No. We're not going to sneak into any playoff spot. That's preposterous. But I do like this
I can
is
see
how
65 wins this year.
I envision it in my brain like this. 65, 70 wins would be amazing.
Yeah.
God, if 80 could happen, I would be over the moon.
We might be in the playoffs at 80.
I doubt it. But I digress.
You could be there 80, 82, something like that.
Shitty division, granted. I'm not getting my hopes up.
Yeah.
I really like this new manager. I think he's wonderful.
Will Venable. Yep.
I like Will Venable a lot. I think he gets baseball. I think he's a really good coach or manager for a young baseball team.
Yes.
I think he's the perfect guy for a young ball team. Now, I think you're ultimately going to trade Luis Robert because his value is the highest at this stage of the game if he doesn't get hurt. So you trade Luis Robert for an quote
Wabbit.
Hall. Yeah.
Luis Wabbit.
dude, trade Luis Wabbit, dude. Because if you don't, you're going to be fucking horrible without him or with him. So you might as well just get rid of him. So we're going to get rid of him. Essentially, that catcher we traded for is raking right now in the minors, whatever that means.
Kyle Teal.
Yeah. Kyle Teal's raking. You got Colson Montgomery, who could be up by the All-Star break. Yeah. Kyle Teal and Montgomery could both be up together. And then you have that outfield prospect that was also in that Boston deal who also looks like he could be something. So if you look at the 5-year point, if you sell the team, nothing could be better. You bring some money into the organization and analytics with a young ascending team. Will Venables is your guy, young pitching, young starters. In 5 years, there is a potential path if done correctly. Not saying they're going to.
Uh-oh, we're back to rebuild Sox.
Where you're not selling milkshakes and actually pitching a real baseball team.
Yeah, dude, and I just want to get a damn milkshake at Rate
Yeah,
Field.
Vince, tell us about this story. What the fuck happened? You couldn't get a milkshake at the place that you were supposed to get a milkshake?
So I went to Rate Field, and Mike's like, you got to get a milkshake. You got to go get a milkshake. And I was like, I got to get a milkshake. It's content, baby. Got to go make content. Walked around the whole thing, got my steps in that day because I'm like, this doesn't fit my macros, but I'm going to do it anyway. Went with Josh. Shout out, Josh. Love you, dude.
Shout out, Josh, bro. What's that, dude?
No milkshakes to be seen. I went to the creamery. They call it creamery. I went to 2 different creameries. Didn't see it there.
Did you ask, like, where's this milkshake, though?
We saw every single vendor in the entire place.
Did you ask the question, like, where is this fucking milkshake?
I didn't ask anybody.
Why?
Because I saw every single vendor in the entire place. No one was slinging milkshakes. I would have at least anticipated, like, a poster, like, new milkshake. Nothing.
Huh. Maybe it's like a speakeasy.
And then the next day on Sunday, I open up Instagram and they're advertising this new milkshake. And I'm like, wasn't even there.
Was the release of the milkshake Sunday, perhaps?
I don't know. But why wouldn't they do it at the beginning of the season? Even though it was like cold and it wasn't even like,
Maybe they're like, it's the 25th celebration, right? Or something, or the 125th. Yeah. Okay. I just want,
give me a milkshake.
I want to try the milkshake now.
Happy birthday.
I have a milkshake.
I would like to. I haven't even tried the s'mores one because I didn't go to that godforsaken place last year. So
no, nor did I. I had the opportunity to as well, but it was shitty and raining. It was like, I'm not fucking going.
Yeah, we woke up. I hung out with, again, my friend Josh. Stayed over at my house on Friday. Shout out, Josh. Love you.
Cute.
We wake up. It's like noon. He's like, you want to go to the game? I'm like, fuck it. Why not? Yeah. Hop on the train, get down there, watch the game. Got a nice hot dog. Got some of that grilled onions on there. Covered it in ketchup because I'm a bad boy and hammered it down.
What type of Chicagoan are you?
Hammered down. No, I've always had this opinion that you could put ketchup on the hot dog and fuck you if you don't.
You cannot.
Yeah, you can because those rules are fake. Those are fake rules.
What type of Chicago semi-based podcast are we?
Listen,
out
man.
Here mutilating a beautifully delicious hot dog.
I would rather have something I like to eat than try to prove it to some fucking random dude that I don't put mustard on my hot dog. I don't care.
I'm not a random dude, okay? For the record.
If I go to Superdog, I'm not getting ketchup on my hot dog. No.
Okay.
I'm getting the Chicago style. But if I'm at the game, like they don't give you relish and a pickle and shit. You don't get a Chicago style at the Sox game. They put they put the grilled onions on there, and then you can use like the Heinz relish that squirts out. I'm like, no, I'm all good.
You know what I had at the Cincinnati Reds at their ballpark?
What, Skyline Chili?
Oh, it's horrible.
Yeah, we talked about this last week. Nasty.
It was
nasty
disgusting.
Work.
It's so much so that I'm talking about it again. It's fucking horrible.
Nasty
Don't
work.
recommend it. But Vince, with all of this, the White Sox starters in their first 6 games have gone 28 consecutive innings without allowing an earned run.
Yeah, first earned run yesterday night.
Insane.
Yep.
You gotta love to see Vince. I'm telling you, we could go on like a heater of 10.
This is the longest streak since the 63 Cardinals, 76 Brewers, and 15 Tigers, where Cardinals went 32, Brewers went 31, Tigers went 28 and 1/3 inning. So all we needed was one more out, and we would have been top 3 all time doing that. I'll take it. A positive stat for the White Sox is rare to come by these days. I'll take it all day.
I love it. I do enjoy it.
It's
nice to see. I'm wearing my Sox hat today, out of just pure enjoyment.
I just bought a new one. There was a deal on New Era for $20 fitted. I haven't bought a fitted in a while. Bought a new fitted. It's beige, has a green brim on it. It's pretty cool.
You know, all fitted hats are not made the same. Even though you might get the same size from a New Era, I have 3 New Eras. They don't all fit the same.
I agree. So I got a bigger size, and we'll see because I got poofy hair. I would like to say, because we didn't mention this, we got some good guys back from the Garrett Crochet deal, and the Red Sox said, "Hey, if we traded those guys, we got to be in on our guy." Garrett Crochet, 6-year, $170 contract extension, opt out after 2030. So he's got an opt out after his 5th year. Good for him, dude. He might win the AL Cy Young this year. He very well.
I said it to start the season, and in the offseason when the trade happened, it's Chris Sale all over again because that kid's can push.
Yeah.
better than most in the MLB, and he's going to love his time in Boston. And at the end of the day, it looks exactly like what we did with Chris Sale. I just hope this time the proverbial haul that we received turns out to actually be that, because Yohan Moncada was not it, and we all saw Michael Kopech wasn't necessarily it, even though Michael Kopech won a World Series ring. So
he was good in the bullpen, but that being said, because I have heard a lot of Crochet is going to win the AL Cy Young this year, or Dylan Cease for the NL maybe. Can we do our award predictions right now?
Sure, let's do it.
Who's winning the NL MVP?
I mean, this is kind of just way easy, but Shohei Ohtani.
Probably again, right?
Yeah, undoubtedly.
But what is your opinion on voter fatigue?
There could potentially be a world where you see Ronald Acuna, if he has a good year,
again,
be there again. I don't see it really happening. I could also see, potentially if the Padres continue to rake the way they're raking, because they're undefeated right now. The only two teams that are undefeated are in the NL West, which is hysterical, which is the Padres and the Dodgers. So, I mean, you could see maybe Manny Machado being in that conversation.
Fernando.
Not Fernando Tatis. I feel like he's so hot and cold. He'll have, a month where he's amazing, but he's not that guy. Manny Machado could seem like a dark horse to me.
Let me sprinkle in a little Mookie Betts on you.
If he can get over the stomach bug.
Yeah, it's wild.
Mookie Betts at shortstop, though. Man, that's going to be something impressive to watch.
He's so good.
It's insane to me that athlete is, you put him anywhere basically on the field and he's going to perform.
He's just good.
So, man. I mean, Mookie is a really solid pick. Really, anybody else? I mean, maybe there's a dark horse, like, look at
Kyle Tucker goes fucking off this year.
Kyle Tucker's raking.
Yeah.
So I don't see that happening per se. I still think the NL is wrapped up with Shohei.
How about Ellie De La Cruz?
The kids love him. Ellie De La Cruz is just a highlight reel. He's a human highlight reel. Another one, can he stay healthy?
Right.
Has it all the tools, 5-tool player.
I'd love to see it. Let's move to the AL. Is it Judge again?
Okay. It can't be.
It can't be. But who can it be? It doesn't look like Devers right now. No one in the AL West is worth shit these days. Tim Anderson, no.
Well,
Jose Ramirez finally.
Who's the center fielder in Seattle? Rodriguez?
Yeah. Julio Rodriguez could have a year.
Julio Rodriguez, man, was looking stout in spring training.
Feeling
like hitting the ball, spraying the ball all over the field. That's still one of the best center fielders in baseball. I don't care what you say. He got paid a bag. I could see Julio Rodriguez being that guy. He is very good at playing baseball.
Bobby Witt Jr.
Yeah, I think
he's so
about
good.
Button it up. It was slipping my mind there for a second, but Bobby Witt Jr. is a 5-tool player.
He's so good. And then a couple Cy Youngs. I think Crochet can win Cy Young. I wouldn't be surprised if that ends up happening.
I think you could look at Crochet, and considering how he performed in the NL last year, I mean, Chris Sale could be right there.
Yeah.
You could see that 1-1. You could see that all over again.
Paul Skeens?
Don't sleep on Paul Skeens, especially a guy in a shitty team.
Yeah. Just shoving.
Just absolutely destroying. If he goes out there in every game he pitches, I mean, it's kind of destined that he's going to move out of Pittsburgh eventually, right?
Yeah, it has to. Eventually, they're not going to it's
they're not going to pay him.
Thing. Yeah.
He's not going to want to go in. He's not going to want to play there forever. He's going to want to go to a major market, which is not Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
So Skeens, good. I love Skeens. I think that kid's very impressive.
Livy Dunn wants to live somewhere cool, dude. Let her do it.
And if he's still dating her, there's no doubt about it. She wants to live somewhere fun.
Yeah, not Pittsburgh. There's one guy that I heard Jeff Passan talk about. His name is Bubba Chandler. He's also a pitcher on the Pirates. He was a possible NFL draftee. Ends up going baseball. Supposedly in the minors, he's just stupid shoving to the point where he could come up in the next 2 months And some people are saying he's better than Paul Skeens at pitching.
For who? The Pirates?
Yeah. Bubba Chandler.
Maybe they're just going all in pitching like the White Sox did many moons ago.
Keep an eye out. That could be good. I mean, they still got O'Neal Cruz, and they got some guys on that team that can hit. It's like
the rise and fall of O'Neal Cruz last year.
Well, what about who
plays
third base for them? I forgot his name. He was also a crazy prospect.
You're not gonna. I wouldn't know that off the top of my head.
I used to. Oh, Brian Hayes. There you go. He was also a huge prospect coming up, and he hasn't played well either. So you get O'Neal Cruz on the LA De La Cruz that we thought he was going to be initially, and you get Brian Hayes coming out here and playing well. Like they're not going to win a division, but they're good.
Speaking of teams that might be underrated, who do you think is the most underrated team in baseball? It doesn't necessarily have to be a division or a necessary.
I'll tell you who it's not. It's not Miami.
Okay.
It's not the Angels. It's not the White Sox. I do think that the Tigers got further than people thought they were going to last year, and then everybody forgot about it.
They also added Gleyber Torres, which you can't rule that out. Granted, it's very Javi biased, even though Javi is almost having a renaissance, at least.
Yeah, we'll see.
6 games.
We'll see. So once he starts striking out again, we'll see. I think overrated too. I think people are really overrating the Red Sox right now. I think your opinion is probably going to be the Cardinals because that's what you've been talking about the last
they're 4-2 in the Central to start the year.
The 6th game of the season. Dude.
I'm just saying.
I'm just saying too. I don't get it.
Always happens with the Cardinals. Everybody counts them out. Oh, they suck. I have a friend of the podcast, Zach, who lives in St. Louis.
Yeah.
Biggest Cardinals fan I know.
That's why you like the Cardinals.
No, I've always kind of liked the Cardinals because my disdain for the Chicago Cubs. So I agree of the fact that, they're not necessarily.
Do you think the Marlins are good?
No.
4-3 right now. They're going to win the damn division.
No. You have to look at the history of the Cardinals organization. They're usually well managed.
Yeah.
And they usually have a just barrel full of prospects waiting to come up. And I feel like if Jordan Walker can get it right, and I feel like these prospects that you were looking at over the past 2 to 3 can actually get the playing time they deserve. I think Nootbaar is a stud. I think that team overall has options. Pitching, they do well. If they add somebody at the deadline, if they're competing for the Central, that might be a team to look out for. Now, here's a team that might surprise you.
Okay. I have one too, so go ahead.
The Reds.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm with you. I think they're going to be a lot. They have a good rotation.
Terry Francona.
Yeah. And
every team goes, he wins.
Every team that Terry Francona coaches, he wins. I could see it happening again. Like, you're absolutely right. And they have a good rotation now, and everybody's healthy again. They have Ellie. They have a couple different guys in the outfield that can do some work. Like, I can see him being good.
What do you think he just wanted to do? Do you think he was just like, well, I did my thing in this part of Ohio. Now I want to go to this part of Ohio.
I feel like he didn't want to leave Ohio, and he knew that the Guardians weren't going to spend any money because they won't. And the Cincinnati probably won't either, but at least he's got young guys in Cincinnati. Like, it feels like after the Guardians let Jimenez go and they let all of their pitchers go, and the only guy they have is Jose Ramirez, he's like, all right, like, we've reached our max here. Like, we can't do anything else. And obviously, the entire 2016 team was good, and then all of them left besides Jose Ramirez. So, San Francisco.
They're always going to be there.
That's the same argument as the Cardinals. Couple guys on that team that are good. If you can have another good Mike Yastrzemski. Patrick Bailey was a big prospect that didn't end up working out too well, but he could do something. Matt Chapman, don't forget about him. He's really good. Willie Adames, who was good once he left Tampa Bay. You have a chance to look at a team that maybe the Giants, because they're in a division with the Dodgers and the Padres, they can sneak into the wild card and do something funny.
I don't foresee that being out of bounds. And not only that, another organization that's just rock star.
They always win.
So they always win as well.
Yeah.
It could be very much so that. I like that. And I think KC could take the Central overall. I think they also have a potential squad on their hands and one of the best young prospects in all of baseball, and Bobby Witt Jr.
Yeah, they're good. But I think people know they're good now. Because their pitching is actually pretty good now too. So
and the team we slept on the most, Baltimore.
Yeah, but I don't even prove it because you guys are supposed to be good.
Jackson Holiday, man. Jackson Holiday.
He's supposed to be good. He comes in, plays well. Like there's
and a full off.
I mean,
I feel like
who's on the cover of the show this year? The
you
Orioles
play
guy. No, I know it's Ellie
Scooter?
and it's what's that guy's name?
Isn't it Scooter Jeanette?
No, Scooter Jeanette. No, but you're close. Scooter Jeanette is like old, dude.
Oh yeah. He's got a goofy name. I know
he's
that
got
much.
his last name starts with a G. What are we doing here? Westberg's good. Mountcastle, I didn't even know he was on that team. Like, is he not playing right now? Is that why I can't find this kid?
Heh. You suck.
Oh my God. What the hell?
Come on, Vince. Come on.
Oh God. I'm gonna kill myself. No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna get really mad. Gunnar Henderson. Jesus Christ.
There he is. I knew
Gunnar Henderson.
Steve?
Scooter Jeanette, Gunnar Henderson. Yeah.
Scooter Jeanette, Gunnar Henderson. Same guy.
No. Gunnar Henderson's much better. He's so much better at baseball.
Okay.
That's what I was looking
All right. So, Vince, as we go from baseball to another round ball sport.
Skip ball.
Oh,
Yeah.
Skip ball. The Bulls. Why is this the most bullshit ever?
We made it again. We clinched the play-in.
We call this every year.
Yeah.
And this is the one time I can say I fucking called it.
No,
yeah,
for sure.
Vince, they're going to lead you on. They're going to make the play-in. They're going to lose in the first round. And then we're going to go back to...
You want to know who's fun right now? The Bulls are fun. Watching
Josh
it is
Giddey's
fun.
Kobe White's fun.
Kobe White, Eastern Player of the Month. They're fun to watch. And they're going to go into the play-in. They will probably win one game and then lose the next. They do it every year. It's never going to change. We're not going to get a good lottery pick, and we're not going to make it to the playoffs. We're just going to be...
Time is a flat circle.
And like the thing is if they're actually in a position where before they were like, we're in the position to add one more player, but we were in contract hell. We're not in contract hell anymore. If they added some free agent player or something crazy, like they could actually be a 6th seed. But like this isn't a top 4 seed in any year. Like, this is just what it's going to be for the last eternity.
Yeah. It is.
What a buzzer beater, though, huh?
Hey, Josh Giddey with the buzzer beater. It was truly electric.
I don't know why, too. This lighting is like an absolute rave in my room right now, so that's cool.
It is. It is. And it's getting darker outside for me, so it's like I'm super exposed right now.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, turned orange again.
Oh, yeah.
Nikola Jokic with an overtime 60-point triple-double last night again. The reason I brought up voter fatigue with Ohtani is like, as it goes on in the year, like he is having a better year than Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He is. Like there's just no argument with it. And he's not going to be the MVP because of the Jordan thing, because of the LeBron thing.
Like Jordan used to say, if you get too good, it's like overall people get sick of you. Yeah.
And like again, like we're active LeBron haters, but LeBron should probably have like 9 MVPs now. Like there's no like Jokic should win it, but he's not gonna.
Josh Giddey hitting that game winner against the Lakers, who are supposed to be the best thing in the league right now, is just the most beautiful thing.
It was beautiful. It was gorgeous.
At least for this season.
In the same thing, it's like everybody says it. Former players, media, everybody's like, yeah, Jokic is the best player in the league. You can't make an argument. It's like he does everything slowly and perfectly and methodically, and he drops 60 in a triple-double. Like, Shai's good. Shai's going to win it because they're sick of voting for Jokic, but he should win another one. He's better than everybody.
He's very good.
What are you going to do?
Well, he's the best player in basketball right now. Doesn't seem like Denver's going to make a deep playoff run, but
they could, though.
They surprise people usually, but then again, they've been very good over the past, I don't know, 3 or 4 now. So is it surprising?
They won one. I don't think they're going to win this year, but they won one.
Did you see that Tom Thibodeau is on like Pat Riley's heels for most wins in a Knicks coaching? Knicks coaching debut
for the season.
Yeah, I
Not all
believe
time.
so.
Can't be all time.
No, I
but
believe so. First season, yeah, he's on path to break that record.
I like that. And then they're going to be too tired in the playoffs to play properly. So,
Which is the most Tom Thibodeau shit ever. All right,
Naturally.
let's talk about a little
football.
NFL talk.
Yeah.
Of course, it's a little dreary these days, but the owners' meetings are in full swing.
Before we
And-
do this, I just want to let you know that Brochet just went 8 innings pitched, 4 hits allowed, 8 strikeouts, 138 on the year. So, Cy Young. Here we go. Anyway, go on.
Yeah, he's going to be legit, and he also has a bulletproof arm.
Yep.
Considering that Tommy John was last year, so
Yep.
yeah, he's doing good.
Facts.
But back to it, Vince. The NFL owner meetings are going on. A lot of
Yep.
things floating around in regards to rule changes. They did approve the fact that there's going to be a lot more. I think you get only so many touchbacks in a game now, so they're really trying to push the return game and
I
make
like
the
it.
game more exciting in that sense, which I think we can all get behind. But something necessarily we can't get behind, which I am happy to hear that the NFL decided to table the discussion, which is the ban or potential ban of the, in quote, tush push, made so famous by the Philadelphia Eagles, as we all do know, which they are the best at doing so, considering their stout offensive line and coaching scheme that does, in fact, work. Other teams could do it. They don't. Frankly, other teams could. They don't necessarily do it as this team, but you know, you look at the landscape of the league and you say, well, you could do it too. So
it's the torpedo bat again.
It is kind of.
If you hate it, you're a loser. I love that the biggest team that hates it is the Packers.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
They're like all mad about that, and you're like, well, figure it out then, dude. Like, stop complaining.
Yeah. Jordan Love isn't Aaron Rodgers.
Everybody's allowed to do it. Every single team is allowed to do it. Just do it then. Right?
Do it.
But they
I
can't.
agree.
They just can't do it.
I agree with that statement. I think that overall it's fair game. And when you hear, I guess Sean McVay is against it as well. He claims that it's not necessarily football. He's on the record as saying that that's not necessarily football. It's more of a rugby play, and he doesn't.
Yeah, but that is football.
And I just scratch my head a little bit. And to your point, I'm like, well, isn't the game derived off of the sport of rugby?
Did you hear what D'Amico Ryan said?
What did he say?
If you don't like it, stop it.
Yeah. That's a defensive player for you. Yeah,
he's
if
a
you don't
linebacker.
like it, then stop
He's
it.
a linebacker. Just stop it then if you can't get it. That's it.
Yeah, don't be PAB, as they would say. And I love the fact that it is the Packers. And to discuss the Packers, we might have a little bit of a rivalry brewing, which I mean we already do, but a coach-to-coach rivalry, which I'm kind of about. There were some questions floating around this ownership meeting, stating that Ben Johnson and Matt LaFleur have traded jabs.
Well, yeah, it's probably because Ben Johnson called him out in his introductory press conference, and then didn't know him. He just talked you to him right off the bat.
I love it. That's great.
It's cool.
That's just fantastic. I love this shit talk. We do need more.
Yeah, and if they're gonna be good, like that's gonna come down the road. Now, did you see the coach's picture? The annual picture they take of all the coaches.
Usually they do it outside.
Yeah, they did it inside this time on a stage.
Okay. How's our boy looking? Is he looking
Listen,
good?
he looks good. Black polo, gray pants, white shoes. Just man's there for business.
Old dad.
One thing to note, only one coach wore shorts this year. And if this were last year, people would be ripping into him. But they can't do it this year because it's Nick Sirianni. He's like, what's up, motherfuckers? Shorted up.
Big Dom,
I don't give a shit.
John standing behind him. Get the fuck out of here.
What do you want to do?
What are you gonna do about it? What are you gonna do about it?
Yeah, this isn't the best coach picture all the time. I don't like. They put Tomlin in the middle, seemingly because he's been coaching longer than everybody. But like everybody else in the back is so tall and big. Like Dan Campbell's next to him, and he's just so tiny in comparison to him.
Dan Campbell is absolutely.
I know
yoked.
Mike Tomlin's probably a big guy, but in comparison to like everybody else,
Where's Andy Reid? Where's Andy Reid in this mix?
Front and center. He's in the front row center.
Yeah, you got that.
He's going white shoes, khaki pants, no socks. Style God. Come on now.
He could be wearing socks, but the no-shows, if you're a grown man and you haven't invested in no-show socks yet, you're missing out.
When I say no socks, I mean like no-show socks. He is given like a, puffy leg old man shit right now.
It's given like Tommy Bahama, I'm gonna hit on you vibes. Yeah.
They have all of like the Super Bowl winning coaches all within like a little.
Where was this located? Ritz-Carlton, Sarasota, or Tampa?
Could be. I'm not sure. Somewhere where coaches have fun.
Where they are. I've stayed at that resort. It's fantastic.
How many coaches have won a Super Bowl right now? It's just this collection of fellas right here.
I mean, really, it kind of is. Minus Dan Campbell, you got Andy Reid, got Tomlin.
I don't know why they put DC there, because it's Andy Reid, Sean Payton, Pete Carroll, John Harbaugh, McVay, Reed, and Sirianni.
Yeah, those.
I don't think anybody else has won one, right?
I don't think so. No.
Let's go to the left here. Let's go to the left here. None of these guys. None of these fellas.
Look at Crystal Dome Dayball. In the corner.
Put baby in the corner. None of these fellas. Almost Dan Quinn. Almost won one. Shanahan almost a couple times. But no, none of them have.
Poor Shanny.
Also, what's his name? What's the guy that coaches the Panthers? Canales?
Yeah.
Absolute handsome. That's a handsome man right there. That's just the most handsome man. Look at how hot that guy is. He just stands out.
Yeah, and he's not 5 feet tall, right? So dude, there you go.
The thing, dude. Also, let me zoom in on this, and then we can be done with this picture. Look at how disheveled our boy Shanahan looks in this picture.
He's a little hoed up, you think?
He looks like he's been I think he's just been through too much for too long.
They caught him at a bad time. He's like, I'm losing everybody. I have to rebuild my entire offense. I'm fucked.
It's over. It's over for him. But yeah, there's the coach's picture for you. Gotta talk about it.
So with all the draft talk and all the mock drafts and all this, it's like we can talk this through until we're blue in the face.
We got 3 weeks,
We got 3 weeks. We got time coming up. There's going to be so many things between Mason Graham and Will Campbell. And are they going to draft an offensive player? And are the Bears not going to draft an offensive player?
Where does Travis go? Does Shador go in the top 3?
Yeah, does Shador go in the top 3? Is Shador a day one player? Is he that good? Is he not? We don't know. Yeah. But what I thought would be a fun little game to play is look back in history and see if Vince can guess the last 10 first-round draft picks for the Chicago Bears. So we're going to start in 2015 and see where Vince is right and see where Vince is wrong.
See what's hard about it?
It's time to play the game.
It's time to play the game. The hard part is the year. Like, what year is each person? So
okay, but I'll give you hints as we go. If it's to guys who are potentially not drafted in the first round, but also drafted in that draft.
Can we do this as I name guys and you tell me the year?
No. I feel like we got to go year to year.
But like, you wouldn't know it either. Like
Vince,
I know
that has zero reflection to do with anything. Okay, I'm just doing it. If you want, I could do 5 years. Would you prefer I do 5?
No, 10 is fine. But if I go like, I know Mitch is in there. I know Kevin White's in there somewhere.
In there.
Yeah. But like Kevin White could be 2018, could be 2019, could be 2016.
No. We're going to discuss this. And I'll give you hints as we go. Positions. Stuff like that to kind of give you where they went to school, perhaps.
2015 is where we're starting?
We're going to start 10 years ago.
All
right. This player was drafted by the Chicago Bears in round 1, pick 7 in 2015.
Pick 7?
Pick 7 in 2015.
Is Kevin White 2015? Or is he later?
You are correct.
Okay. I was like,
you are correct. We're starting off with a bang.
Yeah.
Also drafted in this same class, Eddie Goldman.
Yep.
Jeremy Langford.
Ooh, I remember him.
Adrian Amos in the 5th round. Wow.
Ooh. He was good until he was Packer.
Drafted a punter. Okay. 2016.
Yep.
Still, now this is John Fox, pick 9
9th
in
overall.
the 2016 draft. 9th overall. Chicago Bears on the clock. Who did they take?
Oh, 2016's tough. Can you give me its side of the offense or defense?
Defense.
9th overall. Was he first round? Was Jalen Johnson first rounder?
No, not Jalen Johnson.
Or was it
He's a defensive player who
And?
played at Georgia.
he's in Leonard Floyd?
Yes.
Yeah, come on.
All right. All right.
Yeah,
Second
let's go.
guess. Second guess.
All
All right.
All
We're
right.
cooking with steam. Now,
That's fine.
this is the easiest one. Chicago Bears, 2017. Yeah. Okay.
Trades up, gets Mitch. Brutal. Tough look.
Horrible. All right. Following year, pick 8, 2018. Also defensive pick. Who you got?
Pick 8, 2018.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy, this is tough. This is tough. Defense is hard.
He's no longer on the team.
Yes, that I can assume. Who did Nagy pick 8 after we got Mitch? He's on the defense.
This wasn't a Nagy pick.
Oh, wasn't it still John Fox?
Still John Fox.
Well, I don't remember if Jalen Johnson was a first rounder or not.
Jalen Johnson was not a first rounder.
Because he did get picked by John Fox, I think.
No, he did not.
Jalen Johnson?
Yeah, I'm looking
I
at
thought
the
he
draft
did.
class right now, Vince. Yeah, not a
Oh,
first
this one's tough. He's not on the team anymore. He was 8th
Nope.
overall. Is he a secondary?
No.
Oh, Roquan.
2018. Yep, done.
Duh.
Good job. Roquan, cooking with
Duh.
gas. Now, this is kind of a trick one, so I'll let you know. This is a year you didn't have a first round draft pick
Yep.
because you gave up a lot for Mitch. So, all right. With the 3rd round draft pick in this draft, because that was where you started.
Oh God.
Mm-hmm.
Is he notable?
He's not on the team anymore.
Is he notable though? Like
Offensive player. Plays still in the division.
3rd round offensive player, still in the division.
2019.
Oh. I was thinking running back.
Iowa State.
Oh, Monty.
David Montgomery.
Okay, cool.
Correct.
I should have
All right.
running back. I was right running
You
back.
should.
All right,
I was
cool.
about to say, yeah, you were close. You were close. All right.
good.
All right.
I know a little
Another
more
year
about-
without a first round draft pick.
Yeah.
Due to Khalil Mack. 2020 COVID draft.
Yeah.
No longer a first round pick, but you were early in the 2nd round. If you can pick both 2nd rounders in this one you said plenty of times already, and another played for
All right.
your beloved. So that should just give it all
Jalen
away.
Johnson, Cole Kmet.
Yep, correct.
Yeah.
That's 2020.
Yeah. I remember
good
Jalen
draft.
Johnson going early, but it's early for the Bears, so they didn't have a first rounder. Got it.
All right, here we go. The podcast, first year, so much fun, 2021.
Oh, for some reason I immediately thought Darnell Wright. It's not Darnell Wright. It's the next year.
No. So much fun.
Oh, Just Fields. Yeah, we went crazy. We went
Went
crazy.
absolutely
That was the
bananas for no reason.
birthplace. That was the birth of the podcast.
Yes, didn't have a first round draft pick in 2022. Who'd you
Yep.
take?
2022.
You had 2 second rounders
second
again,
rounders.
both defensive players who are starting on this team today.
Brisker
Yes.
and starting on the team today. Who did we
Should give it away.
draft?
They should give it away. Should give it away.
Tyreek Stevenson?
Spider-Man should give it away.
Oh.
He was also
What the fuck? Kyler Gordon?
Tyler Gordon.
Okay, I
Well
thought
done.
you were doing this
Okay.
when he was flicking off the fucking.
No, that's in
Crowd.
2023. So to
Got it.
2023, which Tyreek Stevenson was drafted
Yep.
in that draft in the 2nd
When
round.
Yeah.
But the first pick in 2023,
Darnell Wright.
Darnell Wright. All
Yeah.
right. And then, of course, 2024, Caleb Williams. Okay. So, Vince,
I wasn't
you
that
are
bad.
you're pretty much batting 1,000. I'm pretty proud of you.
That's good.
So, with all of that, a lot of speculations going on right now about this organization. Kevin Warren was at, of course, these winter meetings, or should we say spring meetings. and basically stating that Arlington Heights is still very much so on the table.
Just get it done.
Just get it done.
Just get it done.
He's out here he painted this picture. He's like, well, the lakefront, we're still eyeing and we're still trying very hard for it, but the opportunity of Arlington Park is so vast of creating almost a true city based around a facility. It's like, oh, the thing we've been saying for
5 years.
Off the fucking land.
Okay.
Wow.
Do it. Just do it. Just figure it out. Do it. Just start something.
Just do it. Just do it.
Just do it. Shia LaBeouf. Let's go.
Do it. Shia LaBeouf. Okay. Now, Vince, there was also talk coming out of these meetings.
Yeah.
Lou Canellis, typical Chicago guy. My dad was a Bears fan.
Yeah.
My uncle, Bears fans. They passed down generations of Bears season tickets to me and my son.
Yeah.
So Ben Johnson, we're building off an offensive line and building this thing inside out. So with all of that, what are you going to do with the first pick in the draft? And he did this so beautifully, which I love.
Please
he was
help
like,
me.
no, he goes, you think a kicker will be available at 9? I'm like, yes, I love that answer. So this guy's a dog.
That's
already.
what Ben said? I didn't even see that.
That's what Ben said. Ben was like,
hell
is
yeah.
it too early to draft a kicker at 9? I'm like,
He doesn't like Cairo.
He said Tyler Warren is a football player.
Yeah.
He did say that, which kind of gives me a moment for pause. But he said they are truly going to go best available. What does that mean to you?
Tyler Warren is if depending on the team, he is a top 10 draft pick. So I get what he's saying. They have to consider it. But I don't think they're going to take him, but they have to consider it.
Mason Graham just fits so right.
What if he's gone?
He's a big, chubby guy. Play glass eater in the middle. Dates a Peruvian queen.
What if he's gone?
You gotta love this boy.
If he's gone, then you gotta change. We'll see. I like that. I much prefer the strategy of let's get the best player that we can get, not let's pick for need. Let's pick for best player.
Would you be disappointed if they drafted Tyler Warren or Ashton Jenney?
I'd be more mad about Ashton Jenney than Tyler Warren.
All right.
Ashton Jenney, there's so many running backs that are good.
Yeah, don't reach for that.
He played at Boise. He's going to be good. He's going to be good, but he played at Boise. You have guys in the Big Ten that are good.
How about this? Trade back, get the, in quote, haul, and
I'm fine with the trade back.
Trade back, get more value.
Pick Xavier Watts. 3rd round. That's what I want.
I like that. Xavier Watts, 2nd round even. I'm cool
probably
with that.
He's good.
Because he's really good, and Jaquan Brisker, I got news, he's just not all that.
He gets injured a lot. He's good, but he just gets injured a lot.
Concussions. It's a kiss of death.
But he's the man when he plays. I love him when he plays. So, whatever. But just get Xavier.
He's an absolute dog when he plays. But concussions stacked on top of each other are usually not a good sign.
Yeah.
But we have so many weeks of draft talk. There is a opportunity of a lifetime for the boys to be together for draft night. We'll see if Vince can do it. We'll see if he can do it. We're hoping he's going to do it. We'll know by next week. We'll know by next week if he can pull the trigger.
Yeah.
And stay tuned, people, because we have a fair amount of fun to give you this month. So thank you for rocking with us. Of course, if you haven't, like it, follow it, share it to your mother, share it to your sister,
your father.
If you got godchildren, share it to them. We're pretty PG these past couple weeks. It's not too terrible, even though we had a baseball glove and a clam today.
Yeah.
Much more of this content to come your way. And as always, we'll see you next week.
Peace.
Talking Tales with Mike and Vince. Oh, you know. Jazzy beats while we dispense. Yeah, you know.